captured inside of a Los Angeles hotel in 2016 allegedly shows Combs assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway. A now settled lawsuit filed by Ventura claimed that she was trying to leave the hotel after a drunken Combs punched her. The video appears to show Combs chasing her down the hall, throwing her to the ground, and then repeatedly kicking her. So far, there's been no comment from Combs or his attorney.
Imagine being at the peak of your career, a titan of the music and entertainment world. You've built an empire that spans multiple industries, cementing your legacy as an icon of success. Now, picture that world falling apart piece by piece as allegations of corruption, coercion, and manipulation rise against you. This isn't a fictional drama. It's the real story of Sean Diddy Combs. A man whose name was synonymous with power and influence is now entangled in a scandal that could change the entertainment world forever. What has happened to Diddy, and why is this case capturing the public's attention? Stick with us as we unravel the gripping story behind the charges, the evidence, and what it means for the industry at large. 1. Diddy's bail and legal challenges. Sean Diddy Combs, once the embodiment of success and luxury, now finds himself behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. The once unshakable mogul has been denied bail multiple times, a stark reminder of the severity of the accusations against him. The reason behind this is clear. Diddy is viewed as a potential threat to witnesses and public safety. The court has argued that his influence extends beyond the confines of his cell, posing a risk that could undermine the judicial process. The prosecution's case has been strengthened by new evidence that includes recorded prison calls. These recordings allegedly show Diddy trying to influence witnesses even from behind bars, suggesting that his reach and power remain formidable despite his incarceration. The evidence has shifted the narrative, turning public sentiment from mere speculation to growing concern. The recordings have painted a picture of a man who, even in the face of serious charges, seeks to maintain control, a behavior that has left many stunned and questioning the extent of his influence. Diddy's defense team has made significant attempts to secure his release, presenting a bail package that includes a $50 million bond and a proposal for home detention. Yet, despite the
And now Fox News, we are learning that Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. That is new in the Diddy lawsuit, and the new allegations are just coming out this evening. Jay-Z is being accused of raping a minor along with Diddy at
substantial offers. The court found the conditions insufficient to ensure the safety of potential witnesses and the public. The decision has created a difficult path ahead for Diddy, who remains at the center of a storm that threatens to dismantle not only his career, but his entire legacy. The situation is unprecedented, even for someone as well known as Diddy. The denial of bail, combined with the compelling evidence against him, is creating a sense of unease, not just among his fans, but also within the industry. The case raises important questions about the power dynamic between influential individuals and the justice system. Is there a point at which influence can become too dangerous for society? For now, Diddy's battle is not just in the courtroom, but in the court of public opinion as well. 2. Lawyer's departure, a critical twist. In a shocking twist, Diddy's attorney withdrew from his defense mid-proceedings, citing a profound loss of faith not only in the case, but also in Diddy himself. This move has introduced an additional layer of complexity to his already fraught legal battle. The decision has sent ripples through the legal community and sparked intense speculation as to what could have prompted such an unprecedented step. The attorney's withdrawal is significant because it suggests a deep fracture within Diddy's defense strategy.
There's really no deal that the U.S. Attorney's Office can offer, and it's certainly not one that Diddy will accept. It would involve decades in federal prison. We're talking about mandatory minimum sentences of 10 years for both the drug charges and the sex trafficking. So we know that Diddy has fought charges before. There were state charges.
This is the question of whether Diddy's team is capable of navigating the mounting evidence and maintaining a coherent approach. The sudden departure has left Diddy in a vulnerable position, scrambling to find new representation that can effectively handle the case, especially in light of the already overwhelming evidence against him. This event also casts a shadow of doubt on the credibility and unity of Diddy's defense team, If his attorney felt that the evidence was insurmountable and that Diddy was no longer cooperative or capable of presenting a strong defense, it implies that the situation may be even graver than initially thought. For Diddy, the timing could not be worse. The clock is ticking, and with each new revelation, the pressure to prove his innocence grows. The move also begs the question, could this departure signal deeper issues within Diddy's camp? Was there a dispute over the defense strategy, or did the attorney realize that they were on a losing path? The public's perception is shifting, and the withdrawal has amplified the already charged atmosphere around the case. Diddy's inability to retain a strong defense team only strengthens the narrative that he is in over his head and that the road ahead is filled with challenges. 3. Allegations and evidence, a web of deception. The accusations against Diddy are grave and involve serious charges that could have life-altering consequences. They include coercion, witness tampering, and manipulation, a trifecta of offenses that paint him as someone who used his power and influence in ways that go beyond what most people imagine. The evidence gathered against him is both damning and extensive, including police recordings, images, and documents obtained in raids. Former associates have stepped forward with chilling testimony that corroborates the charges. They claim that Diddy engaged in disturbing practices known as freak-offs, which allegedly involved multiple victims and were not only coercive but manipulative. These accounts are supported by the evidence gathered during raids, which allegedly include incriminating documents and recordings. The prosecution's position is that they have a strong case, reinforced by this hard evidence, and their confidence suggests that a conviction could be within reach. What's even more unsettling is that Diddy's alleged actions extend beyond these accusations. Witnesses have described an environment filled with fear, where individuals were reportedly coerced into silence through manipulation and intimidation tactics. The testimonies paint Diddy as a man who used his wealth and power to create a web of control that ensnared not just victims, but potential whistleblowers as well. The evidence has revealed recorded conversations between Diddy and individuals who could potentially testify against him. These calls are said to show attempts to manipulate or intimidate witnesses, even while he is detained. If these recordings are confirmed to be genuine, they could be devastating to Diddy's defense. They paint a picture of a man who, despite his current incarceration, continues to wield influence and potentially poses a significant risk to those involved in the case. The weight of this evidence has left Diddy's defense team scrambling for a strategy that could counteract the prosecution's formidable position. It's an uphill battle, and with each new revelation, the mountain grows steeper. For Diddy, the days ahead may hold not just a court ruling, but a reckoning that could redefine the rest of his life. 4. The dark underbelly, new lawsuits and revelations. As if the criminal charges were not enough, the case has taken a darker turn with new lawsuits that paint a grim picture of Diddy's alleged behavior. These new claims suggest that Diddy may have engaged in practices far more insidious than previously known, including allegations of pressuring and drugging minors. The idea that such actions could have been carried out with impunity underscores the power Diddy once wielded and the fear that it may.
Next tonight here, new and disturbing accusations against Sean Diddy Combs. A Texas attorney tonight says he now represents 120 alleged victims, men and women, whose allegations span more than 30 years. The accounts of the alleged victims have not been fully vetted, but their accusations involve the kind of drug-fueled, alleged sexual assaults described in a dozen civil lawsuits and the criminal case against Combs.
They have instilled in others. This revelation is part of a broader narrative that points to a systemic issue within the entertainment industry. The allegations paint a picture of a network of control, where power is leveraged not just to create, but to dominate and intimidate. The public has been left grappling with the implications. If Diddy could allegedly do this, who else might be complicit? The case has sparked debates about the power imbalance in the industry and whether there are more figures who have used their status to commit similar acts. The ramifications of these new lawsuits extend far beyond Diddy. They have triggered an unprecedented wave of scrutiny, with media outlets and public figures alike questioning the practices that might be prevalent in the industry. The revelation that powerful figures might be using their influence to control and
We now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. I want to focus on the ages of these victims. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of. The time frame of the acts complained of is very wide. The conduct at issue spans from the years 19...
Exploit others has sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. The allegations have also brought forward claims that Diddy may have collected compromising material on others to maintain influence and control. Gene Deal, a former security guard, has suggested that Diddy used blackmail tactics to ensure loyalty and maintain his grip on power. If these claims are true, it would paint a damning picture not just of Diddy, but of an entire ecosystem built on fear and manipulation. The ripple effect of these revelations could force other victims to come forward and reveal how deep the culture of abuse really goes. The consequences of these new lawsuits could be seismic, shaking the foundations of an industry known for its glamour and excess. If proven true, the impact would reverberate far beyond Diddy, changing how power and influence are wielded in the entertainment world. Industry insiders and public figures alike are...
Your parties are the hottest ticket around.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down racial barriers, break it down generation barriers. People from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on. You know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party.
Now on edge, wondering who else might be exposed in the fallout. 5. Public and industry reactions, a call for accountability. The public's reaction to Diddy's legal woes has been one of shock and outrage. What began as curiosity has now turned into widespread scrutiny, raising questions about the culture of the entertainment industry. People are no longer just focused on Diddy's fate, they're considering the implications for the industry at large. The case has shed light on the potential abuses of power that occur behind closed doors and has called into question the system that allows them to flourish. The entertainment industry, long known for its glittering facade, now finds itself facing a moment of reckoning. The allegations against Diddy are forcing people...
Jay-Z, while a third celebrity watched.
The judge has actually agreed that the victim can remain anonymous and that the case can proceed. So there seems to be a little bit more to this case.
Jay-Z vehemently denying the claim, writing, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away." Also saying, "My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence." Jay-Z also attacked the attorney behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, who fired back saying, "I won't be bullied or intimidated." Busby is behind at least 20 of the sexual assault lawsuits against Combs, who calls Busby's lawsuits shameless publicity stunts. Combs' statement went on to say he has never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone. Combs will stay in jail until his trial in May, but he has appealed the most recent...
...to look deeper, asking whether this case is an isolated incident or part of a more systemic problem. The conversation is shifting from Diddy as an individual to the broader culture that has enabled such abuses. Industry insiders are watching closely, knowing that Diddy's case could set a precedent. If these allegations are proven true, they may prompt others to reflect on their own behavior and the power structures they inhabit. The entertainment world, known for turning a blind eye to the behavior of powerful figures, may find itself facing a reckoning it has long avoided. The conversation around Diddy's case is forcing both industry players and the public to ask, how many other stories remain untold? As this story unfolds, it is clear that it's not just about Diddy. It's about the culture of silence and complicity that has allowed such behavior to persist for decades. This case could be the catalyst for a broader change in the entertainment industry, one that may hold those in power accountable for their actions. Whether or not this is the beginning of a much-needed reckoning remains to be seen. What are your thoughts? Is this the moment we've all been waiting for, or is it just another scandal that will fade with time? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates as we continue to follow this complex and developing story.